Things you might not know about Turkey. Istanbul is the only city in the world that spans across 2 continents, and only 5% of Turkey is located in Europe. Turkey today has an area equal to 4% of the area covered by the Ottoman Empire at its peak. It is the most visited Muslim country in the world. Turkey is also the only Asian country inside the NATO alliance. Although being the capital of the Ottoman Empire, Istanbul is not the capital of Turkey. After the First World War, the capital city was shifted to Ankara.
What are the 10 most dangerous cities in Europe? The last one will really surprise you. In 10th place, we find a French city, Nantes, with a crime index of 58.9. Next is Liège, with a crime index of 59.6. Grenoble occupies the 8th place, with an index of 60.5, followed by Catania in Italy with 60.6. Back to France with Montpellier with an index of 62.3. In the top 5, we find the famous city of Naples, with an index of 62.6. Our next 2 cities are in the United Kingdom. In 4th place is Birmingham, with an index of 63.6. Entering the top 3, the city in 3rd place is Coventry, with a crime index of 65. In 2nd place is Marseille in France, with a crime index of 65.3. The city that occupies the 1st place is again in the United States.
Which country has the most islands? Initially, many might guess Indonesia for its archipelago. However, Indonesia, known for its numerous islands, doesn't even surpass 20,000 islands. Similarly, the United States, despite its size and diversity, doesn't come close to holding this title. In contrast, Canada boasts about 52,000 islands, yet it's not even in the top 3. So, where's the real island champion? It's in a place you might not expect. Look towards the Nordic countries. Yes, that's right. The nations on the Scandinavian peninsula collectively have a whopping 76% of the world's islands. Out of these, Sweden astonishingly claims about 267,000 islands. If you found this intriguing, consider hitting that subscribe or follow button.
Why China should not upset India. More than 2/3 of China maritime trade and 80% of imported oil pass through Malacca Strait. The bad news for China is that India practically controls the entrance to the Strait of Malacca because it controls the Andaman and Nicobar Islands. In case of a conflict with China, India will most probably ally with the US and would block any type of Chinese maritime trade through these islands, crippling this way the second economy of the world. The only option for China to feed its immense industry would be to increase its oil imports from the big angry neighbor Russia. Why don't we cover the entire Sahara Desert with solar panels? If we were to install a solar panel system across the Sahara Desert, it could generate 2.5 million terawatt-hours of electricity each year, enough to power 96% of the Earth's surface area. However, such an installation would have extremely serious consequences. It would disrupt the climate cycle and make the Sahara colder. Increased rainfall in the desert could lead to massive oceanic cyclones, and the Amazon rainforest could turn into a desert. Observations have shown that rainfall in the Sahara Desert causes drought in the Amazon region, while a lack of rain in the Sahara promotes the growth of the Amazon. The CARPO satellite has discovered a surprising connection. Each year, about 182 million tons of dust fly from the Sahara Desert and travel approximately 4,300 kilometers across the Atlantic Ocean before falling on the Amazon rainforest. This dust carries a large amount of phosphorus, which is very important for plants. It's no exaggeration to say that the Amazon exists because of the Sahara Desert. Therefore, building solar panels on the desert would have a significant impact on the life of the Amazon rainforest.
Nobody dares to cross this small stretch of land. So what could be going on here that's so dangerous? This is Darien Gap, the most dangerous stretch of land in the Americas. It's a 100-mile jungle separating Panama and Colombia. And it's so deadly that North and South America aren't even connected by any road here. To understand why, we'd have to zoom out a bit and look at its geography. It's located about 500 miles above the equator, with the Pacific Ocean on its left and the North Atlantic on its right. This setup makes it scorching hot, with insane humidity and heavy rainfall, turning the terrain into a wet, steamy mess. And thus, road construction in the Darien Gap becomes nearly impossible. And with no roads, people who try to cross on foot face dangerous animals like snakes, jaguars, and disease-carrying insects. And to make things even worse, armed groups control the area, ensuring anyone who attempts the journey faces serious dangers while keeping the officials.
Wouldn't it be more accurate to call this Southeast America? You see, South America is not actually directly south of North America. Because we refer to them as North and South America, many people assume that South America is located directly below North America, but it's not. For example, if you were to draw a line from certain parts of North America, it would never intersect South America. Additionally, western states like Georgia and Ohio are actually located almost entirely west of South America. Also, time zones on the two continents are very different. Chile, for example, is 2 hours ahead of New York. Even if you draw a line from the eastern state of Florida, you'll notice that the entire South American continent is situated east of this line. So,
Why wasn't Portugal conquered by Spain? Although much smaller than Spain, Portugal is actually the older country between the two. It emerged as a kingdom in 1128 as part of the Reconquista, a series of battles by Christian states to expel the Muslims from the Iberian Peninsula. Spain was found in 1479, when the Crown of Castile and the Crown of Aragon united. During the European Wars of 18th century, the two countries found themselves on opposite sides, Portuguese being aligned with Britain and Spain with France. In 1762, Spain launched an unsuccessful attack on Portugal. A second attempt of Spain was in 1807, when together with France, they managed to successfully invade Portugal. But in the end, France decided to take over both countries. Portugal and Spain united in order to escape the French domination, which they finally did, with the help of British Army, in 1814. Starting with the 19th century, the two countries realized that the most of their wealth is coming from abroad, and shifted their focus from their European lands to their overseas possessions and defending of their trade routes.